Yo guys, I am back, and in this video, I will be talking about one of the most underrated powerhouse in One Piece. You all know this character and in fact hated him before, but I am pretty sure that there is a part in you that liked him as well. He is Crocodile. Yep, we will be talking about him here, but before we start, to those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and if you like this video, please click the like button and share. Thanks. We all know him, but just a bit of a recap, Crocodile was the villain we all hated because of his cruelty and madness. He was the former president of Baruch Works, a crime syndicate composed of bounty hunters. He was the former boss of Nico Robin, our sexy archaeologist. He was the primary antagonist of Alabasta Arc. He almost drove Vivi's country to ruin and almost succeeded in destroying it, had it not been because of our protagonist, the Straw Hat Pirates. After his defeat, he was imprisoned in Impel Down and successfully escaped thanks to Luffy and Blackbeard. Beware, because I myself think that this is a stupid video, at worst a waste of time. But still, I want to talk about him because man, he is so underrated. I've always thought about it, but now that there's another thing I noticed, I have to make a video about him. Because I think he was the previous owner of Murakumo-giri. Yeah, I know that sounds so stupid, but let me state all the things that made me conclude what I just said. First, he hated Whitebeard so much that after escaping from Impel Down, he right away went for Whitebeard's head. He expressed a desire for revenge to kill Whitebeard for yet to be known reason. His grudge was due to an unknown, humiliating defeat in the past. What if, in that fight, the ownership of the one of the 12 supreme grade swords, Murakumo-giri, was transferred to the one who defeated the previous owner, much like what happened to Shisui back in Thriller Bark Arc. So, if I am right, Murakumo-giri was wielded by Crocodile in the past, and in his fight with Whitebeard, he was defeated, lost his arm like this arm, and Murakumo-giri was transferred to Edward. And the reason I link Crocodile to Murakumo-giri is due to the second reason. I don't know if you still remember my previous video about the owners of the 12 supreme grade swords, but I hope you do because I think that Crocodile was a royal knight. Another stupid and ridiculous theory again, I know, but let me finish. In my previous video, I said that the original owners of the 12 supreme grade swords are the royal knights. I still stand to that theory even if it is hard to prove. Remember, back in Alabasta Arc, this guy was called Sir Crocodile. And in history, royal knights, or in One Piece, God's knights, are successful pedigree or nobles referred with Sir, like in lores and myths, Sir Lancelot, Sir Gawain, and etc. Sir Crocodile could really be one. And I'd like to assume that he is, not unless you can tell me right now, like now, his real lineage and background together with his real name. Sir Crocodile is just his epithet and we don't know his real name yet. I am vouching that he came from a known and powerful noble family. In fact, he was called before as Desert King, like king. Anybody can call him Desert King because of his sand powers, but not all One Piece characters that have full control of elemental Logia powers call themselves king, except this bossy and arrogant lightning god. We don't call him Smoke King or him Gas King or Magma King or Ice King, so why call himself Desert King? Unless he still prides himself as a royal even after being stripped off of it for years. One way or another, Crocodile's real name will surprise us in the future. I know it will be revealed someday. After all, he is back on his feet and is waiting in the new world. Most possible, he will be one of the last opponents Luffy will face in the last arc. Third, even after his defeat against Luffy pre-timeskip, he was still respected by lots of infamous people. He never lost his fame and in fact was still sought after Doflamingo. Why? That is because Doflamingo, a previous celestial dragon, knows Crocodile's real hidden background. He knows what Crocodile was and who he was before he became a pirate and called himself Crocodile. Doflamingo, the cunning and cruel antagonist, the heavenly demon, still wanted to have an alliance with Crocodile because he knows what he is capable of. He was once a royal knight, one of the strongest sword users in the world, before he lost his signature sword and his arm. And lastly, of all the antagonists out of the 1,000 One Piece characters, he was one of the few who sought after one of the ancient weapons. In fact, he was the first antagonist who looked for Pluton for years. He even got Nico Robin to work under him just to accomplish that goal. And not all infamous people seek for the Pluton. Even these big names did not seek after them except after their alliance was made. And not all big names in the New World know of these ancient weapons. Most of the people who know the ancient weapons are either members of the royal families like them or people who can decipher poneglyphs like them. So how can this difficult to hate antagonist know of one? That must be because he was once a noble or royal who knew of the existences of these weapons. That must be because he was once a god's knight. He knows so much, even more than this flirty drunk dragon or even this giant old hag. And one of the proofs he was once a sword wielder is a small knife hidden under his hook of his. And speaking of hook, I should also remind you that this hook from the Disney story Peter Pan was also once a great swordsman before he lost his arm to the crocodile. See the link? Swordsman, hook, crocodile. There's so much semblance that it is just hard to unsee. And that's it. Thank you for watching this stupid video guys, and this is just a theory. So please be easy with your comments. See ya!